Hi folks, it's Alan. I am here today to show you a little bit about what I'm doing on my balcony this season to get my garden done. Have a look at the space that I'm working with here. I have this down by the railing. I have my fake lawn put out. Then over here, this big garden bench. But you see I've got some bedding plants there ready to go. And and through that space is my home office. So so that's our space that we're working with. We have this little herb garden, this bowl with some herbs in it. Right now there's just chives and oregano. Recall the other day I said my chives are under attack, but I have since created a soap solution to get rid of the aphids, and it was quite simple. It was this soapy water. I actually had a bar of ivory soap and I grated some of the soap off and put it into water. I sprayed it on the chives, and the chives are coming back to life, so I think the aphids are abandoning it. So now down here I have one of my new planters. This is a self-watering planter. You can see it's got that little water gauge in the corner. On this planter I have peas, and you see the very first one is showing up right there. When they get a little taller, I'll put some webbing on the balcony rail here, and then they'll be able to climb up there. Now there are also peas in this round pot and in this second planter over here. And just completing the tour here, let's have a look. I have some empty pots ready to go to plant some stuff in. Over here I have mint, which is growing really well. It just came up from nothing, but overwintered just fine. It's really hard to kill mint, which of course is good for mojitos and gin and tonics and mojitos. I have some yellow irises, irises that will be yellow. The irises and the ivy I got from Stanley Park. They were pulling all the irises out of Lost Lagoon and leaving huge heaps of iris tubers alongside the lake, and so I took a few. These irises I liberated from Lost Lagoon. So now let's check out what new plants I have to plant. I'm going to add this thyme and also this rosemary. These are going to be some large-sized tomatoes. I bought 2 large-sized tomatoes and another one grape red, so these will be little ones. There's also 2 strawberry plants in here, which I think I'm going to put in the long bins where the peas are, and because the strawberries will be coming along. And finally there's some sage. I'm going to add that to the little herb garden as well. One of the things you need is a basic set of garden tools. This is a very tiny garden, so I need very tiny tools, and I have this tiny box full of garden tools. My essentials are Miracle-Gro, because it's just easier. These little twist tie things are great for tying stuff up, and they get torn off at any length. And some basic tools. The first time I'm seeing these this season. A little shovel, a little rakey thing, maybe a little larger shovel just for variety. I've got some pruners in here for cutting things, and some gloves. I just don't like touching dirt. First thing I'm going to do is deal with the herb garden here. Okay, so there we are. We've got the oregano, the thyme, rosemary, sage, and chives all in one little pot. And so these will go back into their spot on the balcony and hopefully survive. And last of all, we're going to put the strawberries in. I think I chose these boxes because it looked like there was more than one plant in here. It looks like there's two. Now, I said that I was going to put the strawberries in with this box to share with the peas. The peas are growing up against this front edge, so I'll put this, split the strawberry plant in two and put two plants in here because they should fit. And as you know, strawberries will put out runners and make more plants really quickly. Oh, this is gonna need a stake eventually, so we'll stick a stake in the pot too. We'll tie that up later. Okay, so now I'm gonna put the tomatoes, one each, in these two pots. Let's give that a go. Stake that out. I put the soil in the pots a couple of weeks ago, so it's been sort of sitting here. It was in a bin, put away over the winter, some of the excess soil. So I've been feeding it a bit over the last couple of weeks. And in the tomato will go. So I will do the same. All right. So let's have a look at what we're going to do with this to fix up this herb garden. The chives are coming back little by little. The aphids are now all over my hands. So this needs to be cleaned up a bit. We're going to cut out this old dead stuff, prune back this oregano, make some room for the new stuff, and then we'll get going. So I'm just going to use the pruners. Well, now we've got that cleaned up a little bit. We're going to have to break up this soil a bit. Here is our final garden tour.